was about, oh, I know. Who was the coach? You said, or John Calipari said, my job's not to win a national championship.
Oh, God.
My job is to get as many guys as I can ready for the pros.
I thought you said that was Dean Smith.
Well, no, then it was Dean Smith. But I thought somebody said it recently, and then Guru was like, oh, my God, I can't stand that.
No, Keyshawn Johnson said that about Calipari.
There you go.
That's his job.
So we're working backwards.
I wanted to fight. Here. No, hell no, that ain't his job.
He's right.
Go and coach AAU.
No,
you got to get the Cats back to prominence.
No.
Jamal Mashburn on line one.
Keyshawn Johnson's absolutely right. And I'll tell you why.
That's Carbo to me.
No? Okay, well then let me share with you a story. And 888-957-9570 is the number. Let's just talk today, guys.
Look at my guy.
So when Antoine Jameson was a Warrior, his rookie year, I was covering the team. Okay, well then listen to this story and see if it changes your mind. So I said to Antoine Jameson, talking one day, and I said, what's the I'll do my Rick Tittle of Matt Steinmetz.
Love it.
So Twan, what? So I said, hey, what is the deal with Duke and North Carolina and the rivalry and this and that and why some guys go? He goes, oh man, he said, it's just they're the big rival. And I said, what's the difference? Why didn't you go to Duke? What? And he said, oh, it's very simple.
Love that, E.
Dean Smith at North Carolina. He said, it's understood back then, when you go to North Carolina, Dean Smith's number one job is to prepare those players that come to North Carolina to play at the next level. That's his number one responsibility, to get Antoine Jameson ready for the pros. James Worthy, Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Kenny Smith, all those guys. And Antoine said, when you go to Duke, you know that the only objective is to win a national championship, which may not dovetail exactly with your individual goals of making it to the NBA. And you know what? It would figure, because North Carolina for decades sent way more guys to the pros than Duke, but Duke was always a very good team. So what do you have to say? What do you have to say about that? Why do you love that?
But for so much of my life, North Carolina was doing that and winning chips or getting close to winning the chips. So they were doing both.
Right, but the goal, what Antoine Jameson said, the focus for Dean Smith.
Not win a chip, get you ready for the league.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how that would, I guess North Carolina having guys in the league would do better than actually hoisting up the trophy. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I like the Duke model myself.
Well, North Carolina ran an open offense, which allowed incredible freedom for all their players.
Well, there you go right there then.
You know how I know that? Because we ran an open offense at Franklin and Marshall College back in 1986.
That didn't get you drafted. Evan Latt. No, I'm serious.
No, that's funny. No, I'm serious too. It didn't. No, my college coach, who was a legend, the winningest coach in Division III men's basketball history.
He's still with us?
Yeah, he's with us, but he's not coaching. Won 950 games or something like that.
His name?
Glenn Robinson.
Wow.
He's more famous than the real Glenn Robinson.
The big dog.
No, anyway, my college coach would go down to North Carolina every summer and go to Dean Smith's coaching clinics. So he was a big Dean Smith fan.
How can you not be?
How could you not?
I mean, he's an icon. Like, if I had a game to win,
right?
John Thompson, people can scoff him. Evan.
Now, that's funny.
Doc Rivers.
John Thompson lost to Villanova. John Thompson won one title with Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, that he did.
Sounds like Calipari.
But he made you a man. That's what I'm talking about. See,
you know what? I don't want to be made a man.
Yeah,
I want to be made a champion. He made
you a man, and he taught you lifelong lessons.
If you know what? 888-957-9570. You got one coach to win you one game, any sport. John Thompson's not even on the top 10 of my basketball list.
Well, if you're putting it that way,
let's go, babe.
I'm gonna give you mine for my life, and I'm going to NFL football. And it is.
Well, that was one thing that kind of hurt you yesterday at the meeting. But it's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Oh boy, Guru Analytics, you got to share it now.
Well, when Nahigian
someone said you couldn't go left, and
when Nahigian went around the
left.
room and he basically said, look, you guys know sports, you know everything, but Evan, baseball. He played baseball in college.
That got me hot.
Steiny, basketball. He played. You trend a little toward basketball. Evan, you trend a little toward baseball. And he goes, Goo, the NFL. That's your, and you got so mad.
Oh, dude,
I can talk about everything. I can talk about everything.
You can't talk about.
I know.
It's like asking you I love all three sports.
You love football best.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Evan, I get mad. But this goes back.
You're a football guy.
Jimmy Johnson, the Dallas Cowboy, Miami Hurricane coach, to me, is the best coach, Evan, I've ever. Even if you lost, that team was going to be prepared like a mofo. That's just me. Tom Landry, I love you. I was kind of young.
Sure.
But Jimmy Johnson, to me, that is my guy, Steiny. So I don't know who yours is, and I'm curious to get Evan, being younger than us, whose his would be. Staley?
Based on yesterday, and no, definitely not Brandon Staley. Based on yesterday,
Oakland.
I'm taking Greg Camp.
Is he Oakland?
Greg
Dude,
Camp.
he's been there since 1984. He's the longest tenured active head coach in the country.
So he literally finally won a tourney game.
Where I was going.
It was their number one. It's their first win in school history.
Not Oakland, California, but I'm taking him.
Oakland, Detroit.
He said, Dolkey, go win us a game.
That's
Who's yours?
John Wooden. Although I'll tell you this. This is the fair question from the 925 on the Comcast
Bill Walton?
business text line. Exactly.
That's my guy.
Kareem and Lua back there. It just depends on the players you have on your team. We see how good Steve Kerr is. Okay, no shots today at Steve Kerr.
How can you?
But what he's saying is, I think everybody, Phil Jackson, right, because Phil Jackson
never
always
coached
had
the
Jordan.
Kings. Yeah, or Kobe and Shaq.
But just in terms of pure coaching,
talk to me.
I got to win one game. Let's put them into categories. NBA, that's Spoelstra. It's Spo, baby. You got to win a game. Here's the other thing about Spo. You got to win a game, but guess what? Jimmy Butler's not playing, and Adebayo's got a bad calf. You want Spoelstra.
I just hate that Spoelstra on his resume, and it's on LeBron's more, Steiny. How did you lose to Dallas? Even though Bron was going through something, I don't know what was up with moms or the rumors, but that is something. Give me a 30 for 30 on that.
What? Like, this is the part that
No, really, that Miami team was loaded.
This is bigger than basketball. This is about me. This is what confounds me. I bring up the guy who I think I had to kick you. Everybody says, Steiny, you're so negative. You're such a hater. Who the hell brings up Eric Spoelstra's lone blemish?
Right.
When you're talking about great, off the bat.
He's got two.
Right up there. Please, San Antonio was better.
Bron was cramping. They said they turned the AC up to heat.
So how's that Spoelstra's fault?
I got you.
Well, apparently Spoelstra couldn't coach around Jose Juan Barea.
Dude, who was a bad
They had nobody to guard him.
Player.
They had nobody to guard him.
D-Wade.
Kind of like the Warriors. They have nobody to guard penetrating guards. Yeah, put that in your pocket.
Big game tonight. I can't wait. And Siakam. Yeah.
Neesmith's going off. Book it.
Dude, he can play.
It's not Nesmith?
Yeah, either or.
There's a Nesmith
McBride
that
on
was
Monday.
in the Monkeys, the group
Dom
the Monkeys.
on Wednesday.
Last train to Clarksville, I believe.
Now that's a
I
title.
believe there's an Adam Nesmith. You've heard that song. It's a great song. I think it's Last Train to Clarksville.
Last train to anywhere, I'm in. That's dope.
Hopefully we can play that on the other side. And in the meantime, somebody will tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
People say Phil Jackson for basketball. I get it.
You know what? Coach a team that's not the best team in the league and get back to me, Phil. Seriously.
What about like Auerbach? I mean, because he'd do stuff like turn the the locker rooms up.
Man, I heard those stories. Cold water in the shower.
You just made me put two and two together. Right. That's so weak what Red used to do, and I call him Red because I used to be a Celtics fan. He used to leave the windows open in the lock. The showers wouldn't have hot water. You know what? And now I'm wondering why they've got a clown as a coach there now who tries to block shots during timeouts.
He ain't going to be there for long.
It's an 80-year tradition, the more I think about it, of foul play in Boston with their coaches. 888-957-9570. It's tourney time. Baylor.
And we got Friends on the TV.
Baylor. Who?
The Friends. Give me the men's game. Friends is on the TV.
I thought you meant friends like colleagues.
Who did?
You actually mean like Aniston and Schwimmer.
I never watched it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. It looked a little too campy for me.
We weren't represented. Yeah. Not a lot of minorities on that show.
Well,